DraftKings Sportsbook is the #1 place to bet touchdowns, and new customers can bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code Barry when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
It is yours.
Go, Lawrence. Good, strong finish. All right, guys, last call as we take a look at the matchups with the highest spreads for the final week of the season. Yes, the Baltimore Ravens are nearly 3-touchdown favorites over the Browns. The Chiefs and Broncos is now up to 10.5 in favor of the Broncos, as the Chiefs are expected to rest most of their starters. The Packers are 10-point favorites over the Bears. The Falcons 8-point favorites over the Panthers. And then the Seahawks now, that line has totally moved the other way, Jay, as the Rams, despite seeding being at play, resting just about everyone.
It's quite peculiar that everyone's just, I guess McVay is making the right decision. He must know what's going on with Stafford, but yeah, it's going to it'll make a small dent to their playoff chances if they do drop to the 4 seed from the 3 seed as expected now, should the Bucs and Seahawks win. I just need Bo Nix not to screw me, Connor. I don't trust him.
Wish you luck. Yeah.
I don't trust him
you made your own bed with that one. What is on the line here for you?
Well, I have Patrick Surtain to win Defensive Player of the Year, which I would not feel great if they lose to the Chiefs in Week 18 instead of point dogs. Yeah, I've got Broncos to make the playoffs as well. But, just Bo Nix, just kind of play it safe. Let's run the ball. Let's pick off Carson Wentz a couple of times, and let's get out of there with a dubby. Connor, my pickup line is a quarterback who I trust infinitely more than Bo Nix. Wouldn't have said this, certainly coming into the season, but Samuel Darnold, who is now the favorite for Comeback Player of the Year, now that everyone knows that he is eligible. It's flipped. He's now the favorite.
When we did the show yesterday, he was plus 170.
Yeah, he's now
or
the
plus
favorite.
120.
Yeah, the word got out that he's eligible, and he's just flipped into favorite in the market. What a market, again. But I'm going to the well with Sam Darnold, over 280.5 passing yards. And here is why. One, the total is 56.5, so I expect that he's going to need to throw in a shootout, but here's the main reason. The Detroit Lions, they play more man coverage than any team in the league with Aaron Glenn. That's just how they're going to play. You know who has the highest success rate in the NFL against man coverage? That would be Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings passing game. So I think that just with the fact that there is that success element, and the fact too that the Detroit defense is just so banged up at this point, they've been lit up repeatedly through the air. I think that Darnold will get to 281 passing yards at least.
All right, Lawrence, what do you got?
He might get 381.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go with the Ravens here. We talked about them earlier in their spread. Now, I'm not interested in that spread. I want nothing to do with anything that has 2s in front of it when it comes to a spread, right? But I will say this. The Ravens to score 31 to 40 points. In between 31 to 40 points, that's at plus 185. Thing is, they've scored 31 to 35 points in 3 straight games. 2 of those games were versus the Texans versus Steelers, 2 teams who will be in the playoffs. So I have high confidence that they could get there. It can get ugly, and when I say ugly, I mean the up. Right? We could get because you talked about them beating the Dolphins last year. The Dolphins went to the playoffs, and the Ravens dropped 56 on them. So, but I think this is how it goes. They get out in front, pretty much like how the Texans game went. Get out in front. Lamar start handing the ball off, call the dogs off. And then at that time, they got like 38 points. Browns got 0. Browns go get their little 12, 13 points, and we call it a day. So I'm going to go with the Ravens, 31 to 40 points.
Plus 180?
Plus 185, yeah.
It's interesting. Both really good bets. I am a little fearful that MVP Lamar and with the efforts of maybe a defensive touchdown for the Ravens do surpass that. That's actually where I'm actually fearful that the Ravens score 44 points, 45 points in this game.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Jay because, like you said, the Lions defense, they're running out of people. Their offense almost does it to themselves as well, where it puts you in a pass funnel, right? The Lions score so quickly that the other team is throwing. Darnold, who has burned me in the past as a Jets fan, but has been remarkable this year under Kevin O'Connell. I like him to go over 280.
Yeah, over 280.5.
But if you're looking for a plus money play, that's a That is a great play.
Isn't it funny though, like, so the total in Ravens-Browns is 41. The line is 20 and a half. So the expected score line is 31-10.
Yes.
But it feels like that bet loses with them scoring 41 as opposed to
Right.
30, right?
Like it
That's
could
kind
get-
of the gut feel. Is that
Right.
it's just
On the defensive touchdown.
That's my
at the
fear.
end.
seems improbable the Ravens would only score 29 points or whatever in this game.
And even if the thing with the Ravens is they could, hand the ball to a backup running back and it still breaks off for 60 yards. It's like, this wasn't even supposed to
Mitchell
happen.
can do that.
Right, exactly.
He could do it as well as Derrick Henry could do it if we're talking about breakaway
Right.
runs.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotorWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.